Hey guys, if you don't know who I am, I'm Savia, and I help people tell their stories, stay inspired, and get educated as they find the pride of who they are within creativity, but most of all, without judgment. Join us as we talk about
you really want to leave a legacy, do something for mankind. Do something that's going to benefit not just your children, everyone else's children.
I think our job as humans is to become the person we were born and peel away the cultural stuff that was given to us, the trauma, like peel away the stuff that changed us or that was thrown on us or made us small or made us go off track.
The biggest thing I've always found is when people think they know so much, then they start knowing so little.
And I'm making the right choice, and I'm showing up for myself, and I'm showing up for what matters in life.
Sometimes I think that trauma doesn't always have to be a bad thing. I think trauma can help you make choices in your life that turn something that started bad into something beautiful. So guys, welcome to season 7 of the Us People podcast with Savia Rocks. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Yes People podcast. I'm your host, Savia, and today I am abundantly humbled to finally have Kim here with me. She is a radio broadcaster. She does something similar to what I do, which is absolutely fantastic, where we help people to tell their stories. We help people, to listen to their music in the world, because we know how hard the industry is as it is. Kim, I want to thank you so much for taking your time to come on the Ask People podcast. How are you?
Thank you. I'm great. Thank you very much for having me on. I'm also very humbled by this. It's not very often I get to be the interviewee rather than the interviewer. So it's nice having a little role reversal today.
See, I like this in reverse. So, Kim, my first question for you is, could you tell me a bit about yourself, where you grew up, and how that influenced you to be the person who you are today?
Yeah, I grew up in a little tiny town called Montrose on the northeast of Scotland, and I remember making tapes and stuff when I was very young. We got an Acorn Electron as a computer, and I wasn't interested in the computer, but I was very interested in the recorder. Yes. And I used to record songs and little skits and little things with my cousin, and never really realised that you could do radio as a career until I went to college to do nursing, and I had a bad experience in a hospital and finished my course and decided to do something fun. So I chose media studies because I thought, well, that gives me a bit of everything and I can choose where to go. And I walked into a radio studio the first day, and it was like one of those aha moments. I totally fell in love with the whole thing of it, and 23 years later, and I still love it.
Wow, see how time flies. That's the most beautiful
And I think
thing.
I developed thank you. I think I developed good listening skills and stuff doing the nursing and that. So I think everything that I've done feeds into each other. So it's all good.
See, this is why
Nothing's wasted.
This is why I like doing interviews like these, because sometimes people walk into their destiny and they don't even realise where they're walking into.
I didn't. I used to talk to people about how I loved radio and just music. I've got a massive passion for music anyway, and I never realised it could be a career until I went to a college down in Glenrothes, and they ran a course, and it was amazing. I stepped into that radio class, and by the end of the day I had a job in a radio station, in a hospital radio station. So,
and this is what I mean. This is the beautiful part of it.
Yeah.
So
it's amazing.
No, go for it, Kim.
Yeah, it's amazing. You do a wonderful job as well, bringing people's stories to the forefront. That's just amazing. I just get to help people listen to all the fantastic new music that's coming there, but you get to get right into the deepness of people, and I applaud that.
But I think it works both ways. I think anyone who does radio in any form, so for example, I get to dig into people's lives and find out more about them, just in the sense where I get to strip away their titles, take away everything materialistic about them. So when they are in front of me or behind a microphone with me, I get to really strip away who they are and find out what is that person without all those titles, without money, without titles, without anything. Who are you really? Because that's when you fundamentally know who someone really is, when they have nothing.
Yeah. You mean you make money out of this?
You can, Kim. You definitely can.
I think I'm not business-minded enough. I was thinking of going back to university and do a business course and get this properly done. But my partner and I run a show on a Thursday.
Yeah.
So I do 3 shows, and my boyfriend and I run Thursday Rock Spot. And it's becoming better, and my rock hard radio show that was supposed to air this week, but I damaged my ankle and I've postponed it for a week to get, so that I can build it up over the socials and get some really good feedback and stuff.
But this is what I mean about your show. So, for example, even though I'm stripping away people's titles, you're potentially allowing people to hear people's music in the world, and those songs can potentially be saving someone's life. Anything can save someone's life. A conversation, music, these are the things that are the most powerful things in the world. I always say communication is key in anything, and it has the most power in the world. So what you're doing is you're potentially, people graft so much in music, Kim, and I'm sure you know this. And music can be very hard to get into when you do not know the right people. And sometimes we don't know which road to go down. It can be really hard for us. So people like yourself who are standing up and saying, look, I'm taking the money from my own pocket and I want to be able to help people. And sometimes you don't even get, sometimes you don't get a thank you, but that's not the purpose of why you do it.
Because it's not why I do it, because I just love the fact that some of the songs that I get in are from very small bands that have very small numbers, but the songs are amazing, and I get to bring these to new people. And when I do get people saying that I'm ace and I'm a rock star and all this, and it does make you feel great, but that's not why I do it. I just like the thought of somebody making it big and me being the first person that's maybe interviewed them or the first person that's played them on radio, and they might not remember me, but I'll always remember them.
Just because your heart is different.
Yeah.
And that's when
it's a bit squishy.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I always say, when someone changes, when they get success. That's when you know who someone really is, when they get success.
Of course.
And I always say success is defined in so many different ways. So,
of course.
So it just depends on the person when they receive that success. Yes, they may work hard for it, but at the same time, there are people that they need to remember in their life as they go. And it's usually the people that they don't know that ends up helping them. So you do a wonderful job as well.
Exactly. I've noticed that. I find it's people out with my circle that really give me a lot of encouragement, rather than within my circle. Maybe they get fed up of hearing me talk about radio so much.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I get on tangents and I will talk about radio for hours. But to anybody that will listen, even for 5 minutes, and you see their eyes glazing over, and it's like, you started this.
Look, you found your passion. That's why I say you found your passion.
I have found my passion, and it keeps me sane. So that's another reason that I do it. It keeps me sane. Gives me something to do, something to focus on.
See, this is why I love it. So my next question for you, Kim, goes a little bit deeper into who you are, and it's one of my favorite questions, which I love to ask on the show. So it's, can you define yourself as a person, but also who do you see when you look in the mirror? But on the flip side of that question, has there ever been a time?
That's a very interesting question.
Has there ever been a time where you have looked in the mirror and not recognized the person staring back at you? How did you manage to go? How did you manage to go from a person that you might not have liked to becoming a person that you felt had a purpose?
I think when I was younger, I've been through a lot of different stuff in life, and some great, some terrible. But the way I see it is, when I get to be an old lady, I'm not going to have a boring life. It might have been a bit up and down and crazy and stuff, but it's never been boring. And I have had points in my life, like everybody else, that everybody has some level of mental health in their life, whether it be a bereavement or a breakup or something. Everybody's experienced something. So I just try and see the positives in life. Even if something goes wrong, I kind of go, right, what was the lesson to take in that? Yeah. And I kind of just keep, it's very difficult to be positive all the time, but anytime a negative little voice comes in, I just shoo it away and think, right, so what lesson did we take in that, and how did that help us, and how can we help other people with that information now? So
I think it's really hard because a lot of people talk about mental health and people get anxiety as well as people having ADHD.
Yeah.
You know, autism. There are so many different forms.
Yeah, well, I'm in the process of getting tested for autism and ADHD at the moment. So,
how is that process for you?
Oh, it's been a long one. I started it about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And putting in forms, and because I live in a little town, we don't have the same kind of funding for the mental health that we should have. But I think that's all over at the moment. I think all NHS could do with a little bit more funding for mental health. But I just keep going. You know, you get up in the morning, you do what you do. It makes you a stronger person. I just do my stuff, and at the end of the day, I shut my door, and it's like, well, I had a productive day today, so I'm still alive, so that's good.
See, I like that perspective, and that's where the positivity comes into it. This is what
it was very difficult because I went through a really tough time when I was younger, and I was very negative for a while, and it took somebody saying to me, why are you focusing on the negatives and the things you don't have instead of focusing on the things you do have. I've got a beautiful son who's 26 now, and he's amazing. And I just started focusing more on him and instead of thinking about the negative things and as I said, the things that I don't have. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's out of my control. All I can do is control the things that I have in my life and see it in a positive life and take the positivities out of it.
Well, I think you got it the right way around. I think a lot of people think of the negatives first, and the reason why they do that is what they do is they compare themselves to other people. So what they're doing is they're saying, how did that person get that? I don't have it, but how did they manage to get it before me? So the human mind has a tendency to calculate things by what other people have, and that's the wrong way of doing things.
It is.
When you have gratitude for the simple small things that you have, the universe has a wonderful way of manifesting more into your life. But it takes time, Kim. It's not something that happens overnight.
Well, yes, exactly. I work on baby steps anyway, so everything that's happened to me over the last few years is on my timeline. So if everything happened too quickly, I think I would panic. So it does it in steps. So as I'm learning, I'm also progressing. And the more I progress, the more I learn about little things, and it takes time. And by the time I get to wherever I'm going to be an expert on everything.
I love that.
But But yeah, it's just about keeping going. It's about finding the positives and just, I'm just a happy wee soul.
I like that. And I know it took time to get there, most probably for all of us. It takes time.
It did. But these are lessons that I learned, and it made me a stronger person in the end, and gave me empathy. And I'm very caring with other people as well, so I always try and help others. And I am the type of person that goes to a bus stop and gets somebody's life story, which is great.
Yeah.
Because I might be the only person that person spoke to all week, and that makes me happy. I smile a lot. I always say hi to people because, as I just said, I might be the only person they've spoke to in a week.
Yeah.
And that one little smile might be what brightens their day and changes their life.
100%. This is why I like this. So I want to know more about Kim's life in the sense of, can you walk me through, Kim, a day in your life from the moment you wake up? I know radio's going to be in there somewhere.
Radio, music. Music is the...
And radio.
Music and radio. I don't watch a lot of television now. I watch a couple of streaming sites. I'll maybe watch a movie and like before I go to bed, but I don't watch a lot of... I never watch terrestrial TV. In fact, the 2 televisions I have in my house haven't been on in about a year. Because it's just purely music that I get obsessed with. Because I get about 50 emails a day with different music, it takes a lot of time. Yeah. And then, of course, I've got friends that I go and see, and I've got family, and it's a balancing act.
Yeah. It's 100% a balance where it it works out in the way that it is meant to. So there's only a certain amount of time in a day. So that's what it is.
There is. Why? We should have more hours.
Okay, you would say that, but someone doing a 9 to 5 that they hate wouldn't say.
Well, exactly. That's why I love this, because it's out with normal out of hours. It's great. I can pick and choose when I want to do that. If I want to go out and see a film with friends, say, or go out with my boyfriend, I've got the luxury of being able to pick it up as and when I want. And because of the ADHD, I've got the hyper focus, so
which works well for us.
It does. And you just get into the zone, and then before you know it, a whole day's radio is done, and you're like, wow, I can do that when I try.
Yeah, you can. I realised it too.
Great fun.
Which is not too bad, to be fair. So, Kim, I want to break things down even more. So, there are a lot of times where... So, people talk about transformation a lot. And I think this is a really good subject for you as well. Especially on the level of conversation that we're having. So there's one, which is the understanding, 2, the acceptance, 3, the letting go, you know, and then there's so many different steps. Then there's like forgiveness, healing, transformation.
Of course, yeah.
Which one would you like to talk about? I'm very non-judgmental. I accept everybody for everybody. I like that.
I don't put judgments on anybody because you haven't walked in their shoes. So how do you know what they're going through? So treat everybody with respect, because that one word that you might say, you might be in a bad mood and you say something negative, that might have a run-on effect for somebody else as well. So I'm just polite. I'm very, if somebody has an issue, you can always come to me. Anything that's said to me is kept within the confinements of whatever room we're in.
Yeah.
I don't judge anybody. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. So why make judgment on others?
Yeah. I think that's something that a lot of people naturally struggle with, is the judgment side. And I always talk about it.
I think so.
I always talk about that part because it's one of the hardest things for people to understand is judgment. But people usually judge you based upon how you look before you actually say anything. And sometimes you can have the most beautiful articulation in the world and be the most kindest person. But because of how society can be, they ultimately put you in a box straight away. So it's just breaking down those boundaries and saying, look, I'm not what you think I am. I'm human like you. If we cut, we're both red. So for me, it's also about finding forgiveness as well, which can be another form of communication.
I think that's very important, is forgiving people, because I think if you don't forgive people, you can internalize it and become bitter yourself. So I never want to be like that. As I said, I've had an up and down life, and some of it's been great, some of it's not been so great, but I never take anything out of it and go, well, you've got more than I do, so I've got to be nasty to you. No, no, I'm not better. I'm not. And I just get on with my life. My life is my life. I just plod along in my little bubble, my little radio bubble, and it's great.
But that's not a bad thing. I want to dig a little bit deeper into what you said. You said something that is in my mind, Kim. So you said to me that when you were younger, your childhood wasn't necessarily the best, but you also said that you had these negative thoughts and then someone came and spoke to you and made you see things a little bit more optimistically. Do you think that when you was younger, the negative thoughts were part of possibly your upbringing? Because
it was a very strange upbringing.
I'm interested now.
I grew up in a household where there was my mother, myself, and my grandparents, and then all like my cousins were always there. So I feel like I've got another one of my cousins moved in with us when she was 10. Yeah. So I have the luxury of having been a single child, but also having the luxury of sharing a bedroom with my cousin. So I have that kind of sibling thing as well. So I think I'm quite lucky that I see both sides of the table.
Yeah.
It was a very good environment. My granny was amazing. My mum was born with congenital hip dysplasia, so the first 4 years of her life she didn't develop childhood responses to emotions and stuff, and it was very difficult growing up. But I did a child development class in psychology when I did a year of psychology at university, and it was like somebody hit me in the face with reality, and it changed my whole life. My whole world spun, and it was like, it's not that she doesn't love me, it's just that she can't show it.
Yeah, that's all it is. That's literally what it is.
And it changed everything. It improved our relationship no end, because I finally understood that it wasn't coming from a nastiness, it was coming from a place of love, but she just didn't know how to express that part of her.
I always find these things really interesting to know, because what happens to you when you're a child can impact how you become as an adult. Yeah,
it can be. My granny was amazing. My granny had MS, so she spent a lot of time in her bedroom, and I used to go through, and I still remember the songs that she taught me in French when I was little. I can't speak anything other than swear words in French now, but for some reason the sweary words stuck, but the actual French didn't.
That's always the case in every single language. It will always be the swear words that stick with you.
Yes, we will not discuss swear words on radio, though. That's a big no-no.
We're on the podcast, you're allowed to. It's a little bit different, but we're on radio. It might be a bit different.
Oh, that gives me a little bit of freedom.
You have a lot of freedom on the podcast.
No, I'll be good. I'll be very good.
You have a lot of freedom on the podcast. So,
thank you.
Hey, Kim, for me, there is a fundamental question that I would love to ask. If there was one question that you wished people would ask you, but nobody ever really has asked you this question, what would the question be and why?
Oh, that's a difficult one. What would I want people to ask me? Sometimes it would be nice for people to understand that because I'm ADHD and autistic, that my brain works slightly differently than other people's. Yes. And it might be nice that I didn't have to explain myself all the time when I talk about things. sometimes it would be nice that people would just go, I get you.
Yeah.
It does happen quite a lot. I mean, I've surrounded myself with neurodivergent people, so we have a little group going, and it's great. Everybody's somewhere on usually ADHD or autistic, and I'm dyslexic. I was diagnosed with dyslexia at 26, so that was a very late diagnosis at college.
The main thing is that you got diagnosed, so you understood the process of why you were doing things in the way that you did. And
well, there's that ADHD thing that you kind of do things for spite. So if somebody doesn't tell you can't do something, you kind of dig your heels in and watch me. I will prove you wrong. And I love that.
Usually we do end up proving them wrong as well. That's the part I love.
Exactly. Don't doubt me. I will go to the ends of the earth to prove you wrong.
That's the part I like, when we get to prove people wrong and they're like, oh, I should have never miscalculated them in that way. So no, that makes complete sense to me.
It would be nice if for once I didn't have to think. Is that because I say, does that make sense quite a lot?
Actually, I do find people saying that a lot. But it's like a reassurance mechanism.
I think so. I think it's because sometimes my brain's a bit scattered, so it's usually got about 15 thoughts going at once and a soundtrack, and never know where the music's coming from.
Yeah.
It's just there. It's great.
That's fair enough. So then this is going to be a hard one for you then. So if I said to you, if there was one song that was the soundtrack of your life, what song would you say, and why would you choose that song? I would love to know this.
That's really difficult because I listen to so much music and I love so much. I really like Have the Feels for Lonely Day by System of a Down.
That's a good one, yeah.
That's a big feel song for me. That usually gets me going.
I like that.
It's quite a beautiful song.
I'm going to put it in my collection now.
It's quite heavy.
That's fine.
It's beautiful. And Serge's voice is just...
That's the beauty of music.
I actually went down to London 2 weeks ago and went and seen System of a Down. It was absolutely superb.
I like that. I like that a lot. See, I think all music is beautiful regardless, because
it is.
It's a way to express, regardless of the genre of music it is. And it doesn't matter if you're not a person who listens to a particular genre of music, but if you have a beautiful eclectic ear, you can listen to anything. And for me, it's the words. For me, there's the music, yes.
Yeah.
But
I like to sing, so I like words.
There you go. So for me, it's the power of words that does something to your soul, that resonates with you in a way that...
Oh, for definite. That just gives you the feels, doesn't it?
It does. And it gives you the chills down your arm when a sentence is said in a certain way or sang in a certain way. There's so many ways to interpretate music. And that's the one thing that brings everyone together, and you don't need to know each other, is music.
I know. It's amazing, isn't it? The way that music brings people together.
Absolutely.
You can go to a gig and meet like-minded people, and everybody's so friendly and everybody looks after everybody, and it's so nice.
See, that makes so if there was one quote, Kim, if there was one quote that could represent you as a person, what quote would you choose, and why would you choose that particular quote?
Yeah, I'm going to have to rack my brain because my memory is not great. But I quite like, I don't know if I made it up or if I heard it, but it's none of my business what anybody else thinks of me.
I like that.
I don't know if I made it up or I heard it somewhere, but it popped in my head one day. So I quite stand by that. It doesn't matter what people think of me because it's none of my business. That's their opinion. It's not my opinion.
I like the way that's done, because at the end of the day, it's like judgment. If someone's going to judge you,
Well, that's their issue. It's generally when somebody doesn't like you, it's a projection from their own self onto you because they don't know how to deal with their own emotions. So I just take it, if somebody doesn't like me, then it's like, well, tough.
I would say a different word.
Here.
Yeah, I would say 2 different words, but yeah, okay.
Yes.
And it usually works fine.
Yes. I just like people. I like jumping about and going out, and singing's my jam. I really do like to sing. I do a lot of karaoke, but I'm building my confidence to actually get up behind the mic again properly. I think
you'll get there. Everything takes time, and there is no time limit. There's no time limit. Exactly. It's never too late to start again or change things. That's the beautiful thing about being behind a microphone as well. There is no age limit, no time limit there. People don't necessarily see you unless you want to be seen. So it's just you, the microphone, your voice, and how it resonates with people, and how powerful you make words sound to other people. That's what it is. That's the key. And if you're lucky and you have a voice that is smooth or however it is, that helps as well. But there are so many different factors, and this is why I say sound is phenomenal, because everybody hears sound in a different way.
Yes. Yeah, I think you've got to be passionate about what you do. It really comes across when somebody's passionate.
Yeah, that is true.
It does.
That is definitely
I've heard some broadcasts in my life, and the music's great, but the presenter has no flair. And it can be terrible. When I was little, I had a rule in my car when I was little, when my son was little, and it would be, you can talk over the music, and the minute a presenter comes on, you have to be quiet because I need to listen.
Yeah.
But I like to listen to other people's styles and get an idea for what they're doing, and, I like to listen to other people's styles as well. So that was always the rule in the car. You can speak when the music's on because we can listen to music anywhere, but if you miss that link, you're never going to hear that again because radio's generally live.
Yep.
That's a one-time deal. And I think there's something so special about being live as well.
I think it's how can I say? It's the authenticity.
Adrenaline.
Yeah, and adrenaline of being live. Because you never know what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, and who it's going to happen to.
Oh, I managed to shut a whole computer down by pressing the wrong button once 15 minutes before the end of my shift. And
how did you manage to do that?
I pressed the wrong button. I pressed the off button instead of pressing a reset button. And it shut the whole of the system computer down. I thought I was shutting down the laptop with oh God, if any of I'm not going to say names, obviously, of radio stations I've worked in that this has happened because they probably don't realise. But it's about your recovery. I mean, if you make a mistake, it's about how you, if you panic, then it sounds terrible. If you just kind of go, gremlins, everybody knows gremlins, so.
Yeah.
And then you just recover and you're fine and you get back into the swing of it.
I think that's the best part, and it teaches you how to become better at what you do. Because there's always going to be something.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you've seen how technology's treated us the last couple of days.
Oh, let me explain to the guys. Okay, so guys, me and Kim have been trying to do this podcast for about a couple of days now. And technology has a wonderful way of trying to manifest not the greatest luck, to be fair.
Yeah.
So, but me and Kim persevere and we keep going and we keep trying. So we're like, no, this isn't going to take us down because of who we are as people. No,
we are awesome. We don't get taken down by a bit of technology. No. So we take the technology down.
I like that. I like that. See, me and Kim could do a radio show. This would be hella easy.
We could.
We
it
could.
It would be amazing.
It would be so carefree and easy. So technology, guys, wasn't necessarily your friend, but we persevered. And we're here with you today. So that is the positive side of it. And I think what me and Kim are trying to say, and I'd love to hear Kim's opinion on it, is no matter what is happening in your life, no matter what you are trying to become, no matter what direction you are trying to walk or run in, there will always be ups and downs. There will always be people who will try and tell you that your talent isn't your talent and you should try and do something else. Usually those people don't have talent themselves, and I'm just honest when I say things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's where the projection comes from.
Exactly that.
I think. I had somebody tell me in the pub before doing karaoke that I should stick to DJing. So I sang Mustang Sally and they had their mouth open going, okay.
That's my song,
Don't doubt me.
That is my song.
It's a jam, innit?
Yeah, that's my song. And I love Mustangs
That's my
as well.
song too. Oh, yeah. So beautiful.
Mm-hmm. You chose the right
Big
song
muscle
there.
cars. Mm-hmm.
You chose the right
and
song.
I do
there.
Fever by Peggy Lee. That usually goes down quite well as well. Love soul music. I love most kinds of music. Apart from, I can't stand Coldplay. That's my one, like that. If I was in a relationship with somebody and they liked Coldplay, that would be the deal breaker, I think.
Okay, wait. Tell me why.
I just think Chris Martin's whiny. He whines. I mean, I'm sure he's a lovely man, but his voice just, I don't like female opera singers as well. They hit a note that makes my body aggressive.
Oh, that's really interesting. But
I know, it's really strange. I've never explored that. But
that might also be your autism as well, where someone hits. Cause,
I think so.
You know, sound is very sensitive.
Yeah, it is. My friend sometimes whistles on the phone to me, and it's like, please don't do that because it physically hurts my ears. It gives me pain. And he's like, what do you mean it gives you pain? And it's like, it physically causes pain.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
When you whistle.
That's phenomenal to hear. There's so many people have heard that. Even my partner, who has autism as well. When they hear something, I have to buy them headphones to wear outside.
Yeah.
So
I've got headphones. I have headphones on constantly.
So I always understand when I'm putting the headphones on, and we're like, yeah. But I understand it. So it's certain sounds. It's not all sounds. It's just certain sounds. I
think it's the higher the sound is for me, the more it hurts. It's a physical pain I get when it's too high. And female opera singers just kill me. But it's the only things that I don't like. I can listen to absolutely everything else. Everything else has a wee place in my heart for different moods or different themes or stuff. So, but female opera just, it's not for me.
That's fair enough. I do want to ask you a question, Kim. There are so many people in the world who would love to become a radio presenter.
Yes.
And we consider, it's a lot more easier nowadays.
It is a lot easier now. There's definitely from when I started doing it. I went to college to do it and then went to university and things. So, but it's so much easier now. There's so many programs. You've got Mixcloud, which is a godsend.
Yeah.
You can do live broadcasts on Mixcloud as well as upload your stuff that is going to be in that cloud forever. And it's got such great scope, and there's so many different ways in. You've got 365 Live, and you've got all these different.
There
I think
so many different ones.
It's definitely easier. But if anybody is going into radio for money, then maybe think your career again, because there's not loads of money in it nowadays.
I think because there's so many people doing a podcast.
There is so many people doing it. It's very difficult to get a paying job within broadcasting nowadays.
Unless you know someone who knows someone, or you were just
unless you know
born into
someone.
it.
Yeah,
that's exactly
yeah,
the thing.
I'm too independent to work for a commercial station. I want to do my stuff when I want and when choose my songs and be passionate about it. And I chose not to go down the commercial route because I refuse to play certain songs, and I would have to play them, and it, like Coldplay, it would go against my principles to play Coldplay. And I'm sorry, Chris, if I'm picking on you, but I mean, he was great in Scrubs. When he had a little bit part in Scrubs, he was great, and he was singing acoustically, and it was beautiful. But I don't know what it is about Coldplay. I just find them whiny.
Fair enough.
The same with Oasis.
Oh, okay. There's a few people who have the same with Oasis.
Yeah. I think I loved Oasis when they first came out, and then Noel's ego got too big, and I think ego's a massive turn off. It just, if somebody's too up themselves, it's just like, I don't want to be in your presence. I don't want to be around you.
I think that happened. This is what we were saying just in the beginning, where because you help people, for example, Kim, and sometimes you are the stepping stone that they need for other radio stations to hear them, or for someone else to hear them. Because, for example, you could play someone's song, and they could be a big radio presenter in the car, and he just, whatever it is that he is, whatever they're doing, he or she, doesn't matter who they are, but they could be tuning in and then just tune into your station and hear a song and say, oh, I like this. And then you're the one who says, oh, this is by this person.
It's great when that happens.
Exactly, and then they pick up on it, and then they decide that they want to play it. So you could be the key to so many people.
I could be. That would be absolutely amazing. I don't care about money. Money doesn't make my world go round. Passion makes my world go round. I'd rather be happy and getting by than rich and miserable.
I think that's the most simplest thing to be. I always know that you don't die with your money. And when you do die, someone else fights for it.
Exactly. That's usually when families get together, is at the end of it and fight over it. And it's like, that's not what this is all about.
Yeah, and you didn't work for it. So why are you fighting for something you didn't work for?
Exactly.
But then that shows you who they are as well. Yeah, so Kim, I've only got a few more for you. So my second to last one is, what is the best advice you have ever received from someone, and how has it helped you in your life?
Best advice. The best advice was to start thinking positively, stop thinking negatively, and start putting positivity in place. The amount of things that started happening once I changed my attitude and got rid of the anger and got rid of the negative attitude, everything started slipping into place. And yes, it takes a long time, but that's okay because I work in baby steps.
There you go.
So everything's going along to what I can handle. But I think positivity is one of the strongest things that you can project.
It's my favourite word. It takes a while to...
It does, and it's very difficult, especially if I have depressive cycles sometimes because of mental health and because of the ADHD and the autism and burnout and things like that. But I still try and stay positive. I think, instead of beating myself up when I need a rest day, I just say, right, you need a rest day. Let's just chill out for the day, watch some movies, just have a day to yourself. And I think a lot of people feel guilty for doing that.
You know what? That's actually quite true. I think people feel like if they take a rest, they feel like lazy syndrome has kicked in.
Yeah.
And then they start getting... A lot of people, when they feel like they're taking a rest, they start to get depressed about it.
I know. When I start to feel like that, I just switch off and watch silly movies. The goofier, the better.
Yeah.
I love like Scary Movie and all the parody movies. Love them. They're so great.
I can't watch a horror movie.
Oh, I love horror.
Oh no, Kim.
Oh, I love it.
No. You're gonna have to put a blindfold on me.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll hold your hand the next time we watch a movie together.
Okay.
I'll keep you safe.
Okay.
Oh, I do. I love horror. I love anything that's a bit macabre and weird. And I grew up. I watched Chucky. No, it wasn't Chucky. It was Nightmare on Elm Street the day it came out on video. I was 10. Thought I would be terrified by it, and it was like, this is amazing.
Do you know my brother?
What was I scared of?
My brother and my cousin made me watch It when I was little. That was mean.
Yeah, that is
mean.
a scary movie. Yeah, I have to say it's one of the more scarier movies that I've watched. But strangely enough, the scariest movie I ever watched was Women in Black with Daniel Radcliffe. There was no nudity, there was no blood, there was no guts, there was no profanity, there was no nothing. Scariest movie I've ever seen.
Oh wow!
I have a little fear of Victorianness, the Victorian era, and it was set in the Victorian era with all I have a fear of porcelain dolls. Dolls in general just
You're not the only one. I
Always
think there
have.
are so many people who look at a doll and run.
Yeah, anything that's like Victorian-esque, and the creepy. I mean, sometimes in horror movies they use kids' songs, kids' lullabies, and think that is the creepiest thing going. Give me blood and guts any day. That doesn't scare me, but you give me something psychological, and that will have an impact.
Kim, you're not going to make me sleep tonight.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna be like one eye open just at night time.
That's okay. Just think it takes 10 hours to get down to you, though, so you're safe.
What do you mean 10 hours? 10 hours for what? Whoa! No, I'm not even thinking of that. Okay, I'm gonna move on.
Yeah, so let's move on. We could get on a tangent.
No, we could. No, but I love it. So it works well.
I love a tangent.
When was the last time you felt totally at peace with yourself?
I don't know. I'm quite a happy chappy. I just get on with things. So I had a chilled afternoon. I just lay on my bed with my cats snuggling into me and shut my eyes for a couple of hours, and that was quite peaceful. The cats are lovely. They're just amazing. They just snuggle in, and it's so cute.
That sounds nice. It sounds peaceful. It does sound peaceful. So my last question for you, Kim, is before I have the chance of thanking you for finally coming on the show, which I'm so happy about, It's
been amazing. Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome. I hope I get to go on your show one day, so that would be awesome.
Oh, definitely. We'll have to do some kind of something. We usually do shows on TikTok and Facebook Live.
That would be cool.
That seems to be working quite well. TikTok seems to be getting quite... with people popping in and stuff, and we get quite a lot of people chatting in the mix, and we've got a bunch of people from Montrose that watch it, so it's really nice to have some support.
See, that sounds nice. That sounds really nice. So my final question for you is, for anyone who would like to find out more about Kim, find out more about the radio stations and how they can submit it. You're going to get some submissions.
Yeah, that'll be great. I love getting new music, so it's always, and the weirder and wonderful the better. I do a cover corner and I try and find the weirdest covers that I can find. There's some amazing metal and rock covers out there.
Please let us know where we can find you.
All right. Well, I'm on Facebook at Rock Hard Radio Show.
Yep.
Instagram is Rock Hard Radio Show with Kim Rennie. I think YouTube is Rock Hard Radio Show with Kim Rennie. But it's all a version of Rock Hard Radio Show with Kim Rennie. But I've got Instagram, I've got X, I've got Threads, I've got them all. And if there's any more that anybody can suggest, please let me know.
I love that. Definitely, guys.
But if any of your listeners were in bands and wanted to send music through, you can get me at kimrennieradio@gmail.com.
There you go, guys. So please support Kim. Send your music to Kim, because she might be the stepping stone that you actually need for you to get to.
I do 3 shows, so the chances of getting on a show is very high.
I like that.
I try and use as much music as I can.
I like that. That sounds good. And it helps people. It's great fun. It gives people an optimism.
And the new show relaunches on Sunday on Mixcloud. But if you check me out on YouTube or usually Facebook, I put a lot of things. It's easier to work with Facebook than it is with Instagram, just with the way that things cross over and things. It's crazy. But Facebook is probably the best place, and that's Rock Hard Radio Show on Facebook.
Guys, see, send your music, get it out there, don't procrastinate, just send it. Just click the button and send it. There's someone who wants to listen to your music. You can only do so much in your bedroom or in a studio, but it needs to be out in the world. So
it does, because everybody's got a song in them, and there's no point. And I know it's quite difficult for me to say, because I'm not a singer yet. I'm just getting there. I'm just practicing. But if you're in your bedroom and nobody hears it, then how am I going to do anything with it if you're in your bedroom? Send it to me. I'll get it played on radio, and I like to make little posts and stuff and keep the socials up to date. So the new show has a reduced hours. Instead of being 4 hours, I've reduced it down to 3 hours. Managed to keep in all of my stuff and all of my features, and then added some new ones. So that will be Sunday between 6 and 9 p.m. on Erebus Radio on Mixcloud.
I like that. So, Kim, this is where I say to you, thank you so much for taking your time to come on the podcast, for being your authentic self, for not hiding who you are, but most of all, for telling your story in your way.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for inviting me. I'm not even sure how you found me.
I find people.
You obviously have amazing instincts for people.
I try to.
So I'm very glad that you came across my LinkedIn. I post things on LinkedIn, and I do it through Buffer, and it automatically does it to LinkedIn. And I was thinking, why do I post to LinkedIn? Now I remember why I post to LinkedIn, because you never know who's watching.
There's always someone watching you. Always.
That's
you think
that's why I'm always nice to people as well, because you never know who you're speaking to. And
I'm so happy you said that. That is the truth right there.
Yeah, you never know who you're speaking to, so always be nice.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful way to actually end the show, Kim. So thank you so much for coming. You're more than welcome.
Well, I've had an absolute blast, and I can't wait to hear this.
Actually, you'll hear it soon.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, you'll hear it soon. By the time you hear it, when we're saying it, tomorrow will be today. So, yeah,
I know. Will it take you long to edit it?
No. Funny enough, I'll sit down, give it a good clean up, and then just pull it out in the world for everyone to hear.
Yeah, I quite like it, and I'm quite geeky when it comes to edit, and I taught myself how to edit swearing out of songs.
It's awesome.
Because I was working for actual radio stations. Now, because we're allowed to swear on Mixcloud, apparently. So I don't swear when I'm broadcasting, but some of the songs, it takes a long time to edit the swearing out of songs.
Yeah, I've been there a couple of times, but I enjoy it. I find it quite therapeutic.
I do too. It's very calming editing. Yeah.
It's like just
I think because it's quite repetitive as well, and you're just in there and you see all your progress, and amazing.
It's cool. So Kim, thank you so much. And this is where I say to you guys, thank you so much for listening to the Us People podcast.
Thank you so much, Silva.
And please remember, you can subscribe to Google Play, iTunes, or any other platform that you prefer listening to. You can also go on the Us People podcast website. You can also go on the Savia Rocks website, where you can also find out more about myself, Savia Rocks, but also you can find out more about the Us People podcast. And you don't have to listen to the most recent podcast. You can go all the way to the beginning and find a podcast that resonates with you. And this is the most important part. So this is where I say, guys, thank you so much for listening again. Stay happy, stay positive, and as always, please continue to be kind to one another. Take care.
Yes, please do. It's very important.
I'ma get deeper. Tables are turning, world in reverse, political burning. Where is the love? Where is the hope? Where is the faith inside? It's been misplaced, power being misguided, manipulation used for both sides, unjustified violence. You living it up in your kingdom, where you're using the misguided ones to do your killing. You should be in front line, seeing the pain, taking the blame, seeing the souls that been lost.
Thank you so much, Silva.
You're welcome.
I've had a lot of fun.
You're more than welcome.
Exactly. That's what you want, is to help people. I think I'm on the cusp of something. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. I'm on the cusp of something. So we just have to keep going.
Where's the love? 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 Where is the love? Where is the hope? Where is the faith inside? How do you breathe and how do you sleep? I guess it's a lie you've been telling yourself. Get deeper. Tables are turning, world in reverse, political burning. How could I breathe when I see people dying on both sides? We need to do better. Shell shock, yeah, imagine that. Powers pretending they don't even have blood on their hands. Playing on both sides, you know what you did. Change the status quo, sins of your fathers. Ripple through time, we living it, breathing it. Kings and queens, mass destruction, digging mass graves, driven by the greed. You don't really care. Devil smile in my face. Your hidden agenda ain't really about peace. Your hidden agenda ain't really about love. How do you breathe and how do you sleep? I guess it's a lie you've been telling yourself. The lies we see through the darkness and the blurry lines. I'm about to dive in deep. The wheels are spinning, globes in rewind, political ablaze. Where's compassion? Where's the love?